Alright, so our hydroponics excitement, our tomato seeds have sprouted and they're actually growing to a reasonable height, or at least a few of them are. So 3 or 4 of them, we're actually going to start putting them in our good old hydroponics room. Refer back to our video on getting that all set up. Now we're using something called the Kratky method, is that right? Kratky?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is 155 millimeters diameter. I'm going to use a compass. I haven't used one of these since high school maths, and I've finally got a use for one.
That's only taken, was it 40 plus years to find a use for it, as far as you're concerned?
I was 40 plus years.
Yeah.
How old do you think I am? Oh, I broke it.
How'd you absolute destroyer woman.
Right, make a hole, get my snips, as they'd say on play school.
Snips.
Now, because the plant is going to be in here, the roots are going to be coming out, we're going to drill a whole heap of holes in here so the roots can come out the side as well. We want as much roots as possible. Basically, this is going to go on here. We're going to put an extra wee hole here.
Oof.
Oof. And I'm going to get the drill stuck, and Clint's going to get it out again. Basically so that should we need to top this up with water, which we will do, we don't have to keep taking the lid off and on to top it up. We've seen a few different ways of doing this method. One involved not topping it up and letting the plant's roots grow deeper and deeper, and apparently the bigger the roots get, the more they have to reach for the nutrients that will be in the water, the bigger the plant on top gets. So this will be an interesting experiment.
You can see I went and turned it on this morning, turned the heat pump on, and it went up to 20 degrees and shut off. And just over the day,
right.
Because we've just had the lights on, even though it's only a couple of 100 watts per light.
And it's not warm day, it's sunny but it's not warm.
Yeah, but I've been out and out for a couple of hours and the heat pump hasn't run, but it has risen, just the lights have risen the temperature up 4 degrees.
Yeah.
And
so in theory, although we've got that heat pump running in there, it's it won't have been using any electricity really.
It will do overnight, but it's just to keep that temperature up.
Yeah.
So now what I've got here is I've set the time, so that is now the correct time. It is 5 minutes past 2 on today, and it goes all the way. So how many hours is that on a day? That's about 14 hours run time. Good on you.
So we just diligently planted this one and forgot to press record, but that's okay because we've got another one. So, oh, were we going to put these on top of other buckets?
That was up to you, and
I think we should.
You reckon we should?
I think they need to, yeah, I think they need to be up a little bit more. That's what instinct is telling me, for better or for worse.
There's so much experimenting we can do.
I think this fella. I think these are, because it looks like a fella, I think these are 2 different types. I think one is a money maker and one is a thingy. I just don't know which is which.
Well, we'll find out if they grow.
Yeah. Right, so these little roots are just starting to come out the bottom of here, so that's probably quite good timing. Then I fill this up with water, so it's all the way up. Grow.
And we'll get you on
Oh yes, we'll just leave those in here now.
Might as well, it's going to be warm in here.
The seedlings, now that we've got the heat pump and stuff turned on. We were going to plant those other 2 big ones too, but we didn't quite get enough of the pebbly things. As I say, once we've bought them, we shouldn't need to rebuy them.
But in saying that, the containers we were going to put them in, I thought were actually half the size of what they were.
We thought
so that's my bad. But you give it. And the other thing is, I'll pick up another. I thought I had a top for that that container.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm going to put it
A
in
big
the corner
bucket.
there.
Yeah.
And then just fill it up with stuff so then you don't have to keep mixing it. We just mix it up in big batches.
Oh, yeah.
Oh wow, they're looking much better.
They are. So what's it been? It's been a week since we did these, isn't it?
It's been exactly 1 week since.
1 week. Da, 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 da. They have definitely grown. That's looking pretty happy and healthy. These balls, they tend to absorb water. They are slightly damp. These little ones I still planted out, but they're looking pretty happy there. Won't be too long. I'll give them a water today, but
They're looking pretty good.
yeah. And these other two I planted out a few days ago.
Yeah.
They're all looking pretty happy, all under slightly different lights.
Yeah.
Those little two we'll plant under this big light as an experiment.
Yeah.
But what we've discovered is you're not meant to let light get in, so we need to address these holes. We're just going to like tape over them or something so that light actually doesn't get in. Yeah, and that aircon, that's hardly had to do anything all week. I've been checking it daily and it's pretty much just the lights are keeping the temperature pretty good, and the aircon's hardly having to work, so the power bill hasn't really had any impact, so awesome.
Yeah.
Third week, let's see how we're doing.
Right, stop. Then you go up.
Yeah,
Oh, they look way better.
they do.
Those two.
Those two especially have
Are those
grown.
the first one that we put in? Or are those the first
No, those are actually the first ones we put in.
Yeah.
What the
Those ones have grown more though, but that one's under the same light as the one on the edge there, so I don't know.
Maybe
But
it's high.
it could be the variety as well.
Oh yeah, true, they are different types.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
don't ask me what's what now because I've lost track. One thing we have learnt as well is that it's better to use black buckets, so so that no light whatsoever gets in there. So failing black, we're going for greenish, dark green Bunnings buckets, just to prove that we're not sponsored by Mitre 10. We are sponsored by no one. That's a hint for anyone listening. But
if we get sponsored by any of them, we can make the other ones disappear.
but these ones in here, they have grown since they've just been in here, and one of them's actually also got a secondary one, so I'm going to separate that out, put it in its own little pot. But these bigger ones, we're going to put these in some more buckets that we've made up and put them under the what's it called, not halogen, the
Workshop light.
the big workshop light.
The cheapest one. This is the one I want to work the most.
Yeah, so that would be by far the cheapest lighting, heating type option. So we will see. So there's the two latest additions, which are going to be under the workshop light. We'll see how that works for them. Okay, so here we are in week number whatever. They are doing brilliantly. These little ones, I think we just put them in last week under the workshop light. They're still doing okay. I dare say that one is even growing. So I don't know, well time will tell, but they're still looking pretty happy. So far, that's pretty good. One's over here, I think I can't remember, I wish I'd labelled these properly, but that's me for you. So they're still growing. They're looking a little bit on the droopy side, but I think tomatoes often do that off and on. I can see the water level's gone down a little bit, but not a huge amount. These ones are absolutely booming. They seem to be growing by the day, noticeably. However, this little one that we just potted the other week, I've put this here just to help prop this up because it's just falling over a bit. And I think it's becoming a bit top heavy compared to what the roots are. So our plan, and the whole reason we put these there and one on that side as well, of course, is so we can put wires or string going across so that these can all start climbing up the string, so that will support that big decent one there. So what kind of wiring stuff is that?
It's catenary wire. So this
Catenary wire.
actually it's a couple of different rolls of catenary wire reclaimed from a job at work.
like much of our stuff here. It's all
big into recycling.
yeah. Alright, so we now have string line across both sides. Bit of future proofing as well, but there we go, next weekly update. These two under that shop light, they're actually doing pretty good, I think. So there we go, those ones are booming. They are looking awesome. These two are looking fair. I mean, you know, they're still hanging in there. I'm not sure they look quite as happy as the others. So, yeah, we shall see. Okay, next weekly update. That is coming leaps and bounds, that one. That's one of the ones under the shop light. Pretty happy, as I say, that one not quite as much. And that one could be feeding off these lights. These two are going hammer and tongs now. So this one here has actually made a dramatic recovery because we came in during the week, boom, completely slumped, not happy. But that was the only one that was like that. So we thought, well, you know, can't be the temperature, otherwise they'd all be slumped. Can't be the number of hours, because that's what someone else suggested. They'd been having trouble with the number of hours the lights are on for. I think we've got them on for 14 hours, don't we?
Yeah,
at the moment. But yeah, it was only this one. So we figured the only thing it could be was the water levels. Now the water levels had gotten nearly to the bottom of this black container that the plant is in, but the roots hadn't started coming out yet. So it could be just that the roots hadn't kept up with the water. So the idea is the water does go down, but the roots go seeking the water, the roots get really big. But I think the water had just drained quicker than the roots would. So anyway, we topped it right up, next day bounced right back. So awesome. So we've just given them all a bit of a top up, and we'll just monitor that. Hopefully we'll see the roots springing out the bottom soon. We got some little flowers starting, yay! And once they actually, got some more up here beginning too. We'll show you how to pollinate those. It's actually not how I thought. But once they get pollinate worthy, I'll show you how to be a bee. And there's the, oh, that's sprung up. That's the other one that we haven't yet potted. But yeah, these other two are doing okay. You know, they're not looking thrilled about life, but they're still alive. I don't know, it could just be that type of tomato is not happy about hydroponics.
We don't know. But then again, they seem to well.
We are getting some little spotty spot things on the leaves there.
What's that?
I'm not sure.
We'll have to
some
find
kind
out.
of diseasey thing. Yeah.
These ones here seem okay though. Oh no, we're getting the same spots on these as well.
Oh really? Oh yeah.
Right, we're going to go and research and we'll find out. This one here seems fine though.
Yeah. These ones don't have it at all. Okay.
And looking, you see the wind from the heat pump. See?
Yeah, just circulating the air.
So it shouldn't be mould.
No.
It shouldn't be mould.
Cool. Oh well. Do a bit of research.
Yeah, we'll have to.
Okay, so next week, these two that are under the shop light. Now this is interesting. Obviously, we've got an overperformer and an underachiever. That's not boding too well at the moment for the shop light theory, because I'm thinking that's really just going by the shop light. That one there, it could be feeding off these. So, but we've got another one that needs planting. We just need to get more of the clay balls. We'll put that next to it, and that will sort of confirm whether or not this shop light is worth carrying on with. We'll see how that's going. These two, I mean, this one's, look at that. It almost needs putting down on the floor now to get it away from the light. But
yeah,
that is looking awesome. We've actually got some little, not quite flowers yet, but they're budding. So that is pretty cool. Now this poor bedraggled looking thing, it was slumping a lot worse than that, and I topped it up with water and it came back a bit. However, we're thinking we actually need more nutrients, because same with this one, and this one ain't looking that flash hot either.
So it's 20 mils of nutrients to every 10 litres of water, and for seedlings up to 3 weeks old. And we didn't realise, we should have read it, but now that they're at flowering point, they need to be 80 mils per 10 litres.
We're just thinking we haven't been giving them enough of this nutrient mix, so we're going to mix a stronger dose in our big bucket here. We did look up that white leaf problem I was talking about. The most likely thing I can find is that it could be too much UV light. So we may look at cutting that back by an hour, do you think?
Yeah, we'll cut that down to 12 hours, shall we?
Yeah, we're on 14 hours a day at the moment. We'll cut it down to 12 hours that the overhead lights are on and see. As you'll have seen, I topped up all those buckets with the more intense nutrient mix. Hopefully that will do them good. Just so you know, the stuff that was in there, I just did that with the 4 ones that are getting bigger. These 2 little ones I just left with the water that was in there. The stuff that was in the buckets, I actually just put it into a big watering can and chucked it all over the veggie patch outside. So hopefully that'll give the veggies outside a bit of a boost too. So there we go, fingers crossed. We've been doing a bit of problem solving. These 2 are still doing pretty good. These 2 over here, not so much. Now what we're thinking is these 2 and that one as well, of course, these 2 are under the shop light, one doing a lot better than the other. We're thinking that light there might be the key, because those are the 3 that are doing really well. And so we did the reducing the daylight hours down as we were threatening to, but those 2 are just suffering, especially that one there. So we have another one of those lights. But we'll just get the one. So yeah, we'll put it up over top of those. We'll replace one of them and just see. It'll be interesting. So it's all just problem solving at the moment. Seeing what works, what doesn't work. We're experimenting for you.
No, I just mean like that, boom. Take this one here down.
Ah. Cool.
Does that look the same as that? Yeah, it does. That is exactly the same.
Yeah. Yep, that is the same one.
Yeah.
So, fingers crossed. Grow! Weekly update. Come to conclusions that shop light not doing its job. So we're going to look at, we'll put that in the shed. We're going to replace it probably with the one we took down from there the other day. However, well, these 2 big ones are still doing pretty good. One of them's looking a bit droopy, but we're thinking with the distance there, there's not much there, so we're actually going to take these off their secondary buckets now and just drop them down. However, and the other one, little one that was in the pot, we've chucked this over here, and they're looking like that. Now,
that one's actually come back a bit.
Yes, that one there has actually come back quite a bit. Of course, last week we upped the nutrient dose because we figured that's possibly what was the issue. Yeah, it hasn't quite come right since then. And so we're trying to figure out, so I'm hoping somebody might have some advice for us. We've been looking up all sorts. We've been told, you know, air circulation, not enough light, too much light, not enough nutrients, too much nutrients, not enough water, too much water. Seriously. So it's just really hard to tell. So if I give you a good close look here, if anyone has any ideas, you know, on what we could be looking at here. Yeah, we're just a bit not sure. In the meantime though, these ones here are doing well. We've got the little flowers there. We've actually just been looking up how to pollinate these. Because at first I thought I was going to be like a buzzy bee going around with a brush. However, turns out tomato plants, they actually have, if you like, the male and female parts on every flower, and all you have to do is every now and then come in and give them a good tap, tap, tap. And that's actually, these have been opening and closing sporadically. Tap, tap, tap. So yeah, that's me being a bee. So, hey, that's cool. But yeah, so we're still plodding along here. We're learning as we go. I'm hoping you guys might learn some stuff from our mistakes. But yeah, we'll just see how we go. Any advice for us is very much appreciated. So that's our update for now, but we will carry on keeping you posted. We were hoping to keep this video going until we got a tomato, but you know, we've sort of had a few failures, and we're kind of hoping some people might have advice. So any wise words of wisdom are appreciated. Hit like, definitely leave us comments. Clint's playing with lighting. Hit subscribe, and we will catch you on the next update. Bye.